Hey guys, what is up? This is Lord Exceed and welcome to the Stanley Parable. Now this is a game, it's basically like like the Portal games, so it kind of runs the same way. Like it has like someone talking to you who tells you which direction to go and stuff, and oh, there's a computer on here. It's a computer of a computer, a computer, a computer. Whoa. Let's begin. The end is never the end, never is the end. So, if you guys enjoy, thumbs up. Loading, 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 loading.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was
There I am. What'd I do? Controller. I pushed the controller by accident. Okay. No, I didn't want... Come on. Play the intro. Please. Okay.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
This is the story of Stanley.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
God.
And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in.
You relished it.
Though he had been made exactly
Like
his
onions,
job,
which I relished.
Stanley was happy.
Stanley was happy.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Dun, dun,
No one
dun.
showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
Hi.
Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay. So, you can follow this very different directions. I'm going to follow what the game tells me to do. I'm out of my office.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. The meeting room this way.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, so I know that you can do... There's multiple endings to this, and you can follow... You cannot follow the directions if you want to, but for this episode, I'm going to follow exactly what he tells me to do. The
Yet
meeting
there was
room.
not a single person here either.
Huh.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. Not cost efficient. How to solve a dispute using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure slide has a slick blue graphic in the header. Throw some B-level on all the text. This will ensure a common productive work environment. Alright.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Walking up to my boss's office. Here we go. Boss? Hello, boss?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Unless... Wait, how do I enter that, though?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs, trying to implement.
I can't find the thing!
This was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
I can't see anything. Oh. Is this what I have to go with? Okay, so...
2845.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna turn off my light. I can't see anything in the game.
But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-do.
Okay. I can't... But there is... is it down here? No. Oh, I'm gonna turn on the brightness. Whoa. Is it on the side? I don't know. We can go on. We're getting darkness. Guess we're going down here. I didn't press E. Of course! E is the button for everything! E! Why did I not press E? I'm dumb.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Great! Push.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Whoa.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the
So
strength
beautiful!
to find out?
Walking across the path. We are. Push.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true
Oh my
nature
God.
revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Wow.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason
says
he
fired.
was happy with his
It says
boring
fired.
job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Wow.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable.
Never.
Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
No!
For he would dismantle the controls once and for all. Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine! Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet,
Yes.
even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
So happy. That's it? That was it? That was the game? That's all you have to offer? Of course. Not, because the end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. That was only one of many different endings. This was the true ending. But what is the other possible endings? Well, we will find out in the next episode. So thank you guys for watching this really quick episode of the true ending of the Stanley Parable. In the next episode, we will be exploring the many other endings, because there's quite a few, actually. There's quite a few, and I didn't punch in the numbers correctly because I'm blind. But thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And we will continue this in the next episode. Goodbye.